CIBTM 2014 saw the unveiling of the second China Mice Buyers report, and I spoke to Professor Rob Davidson to find out more. With respect to destinations, how's that changed over the last 12 months?
Right, well, as I say, they're much less interested in is it sunny at the destination. They're interested in things which meeting planners normally look at. Price and location, how easily can I get there is an issue. And of course, what we're seeing in China is every week almost, it seems there's a new airline route opening to capital cities around the world, but also non-capital cities, second-tier cities. What that means is, in terms of two-way travel, that it's easier for people to get to China, and it's easier for Chinese people from those second-tier cities like Wuhan, for example, to get to Europe, to get to North America. So there's a lot of excitement going on. Half of the meeting planners in the survey said that the world was their oyster in terms of where they take meetings. So there's an opening up. They're very open-minded these days as to where they go. One thing I noticed, which I think is really important, is the Chinese like to go to destinations where they have a business interest already. They're investing heavily, as you know, around the world, Africa, South America, well, even in Europe. And they like to keep an eye on those investments. So one way they can do that is by having their conferences in those cities, so they can go and look around the factory or the laboratory. We're living in very exciting times.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned the sort of austerity measure brought in by the government. Is that going to impact on the type of incentives that that Chinese buyers are looking to organise?
Fortunately, no. I really don't think it will, for the simple reason that incentives are not, generally speaking, government events. It's, the government cannot be seen to be sending officials down to Rio de Janeiro for a week. That always looks bad, now more than ever. So it's a corporate type of event, and that's probably the kind of event which has been least affected by the government's austerity measures. So I think meeting planners, and venues are becoming much more creative now. They're having to be more creative because those easy markets, extravagant government-sponsored events, well, there are far fewer of them now. So they're having to pull their socks up and really look at the corporate market, the association market, much more closely. But they're doing it, the Chinese are resourceful, as you know, so they're looking more overseas, they're looking at corporate events, educational events, which are not touched at all by the austerity measures.
Fascinating stuff, Rob. Thank you very much for talking to me.
It's always a pleasure.